Okay. Now coming to today's session, I will like to explain actually many-to-many relationship. But before we go with many-to-many, before we go with many-to-many, we will understand about what is one-to-many bidirectional. One-to-many has a unidirectional and bidirectional, the two types of relation. One-to-many has unidirectional and even one-to-many has bidirectional. Okay, right. One-to-many bidirectional means we need to apply one-to-many and inverse we also need to apply many to one. So this is equal to one-to-many bidirectional. Let's take example. Example is one category has multiple products. Multiple products belongs to one category. That is called one-to-many bidirectional, which means in a single application, I need to apply one-to-many plus many-to-one together. That is called one-to-many bidirectional. First of all, if I want to apply one-to-many bidirectional, I need to create a collection reference variable. Suppose if I want to apply one-to-many, if I want to apply one-to-many association, or we can say relationship, whatever the word, if I want to map one-to-many relationship, I need to create a reference variable of type collection in the source entity class. For example, one-to-many is what? One-to-many is one category has a group of products. Many-to-one is what? Many-to-one is many products belongs to one category. Many products belongs to one category. Now we want to apply both of them. One category has group of products, many products belongs to one category. This combination is called one-to-many bidirectional. When I'm applying the relationship as one category has a group of products. When I'm applying one category has a group of products, I need to create collection reference variable in the category class. Because one category has a group of products. To provide association, to map one category with a group of products, I need a collection variable. Because in Java, if you want to provide has a relationship between one object with a group of other objects, we need collection. Without collection, we cannot do that. If, for example, I have two objects, then I can give one-to-one association, right? For example, I want to provide association between class A to class B. Has a relation I want to provide. How can I provide has a relation between class A to class B? In class A, create a reference variable of class B. Then you can provide what kind of relation? We can say that class A has class B. This is called what type of relation? Has a relation. I think you know about is a relation and has a relation and uses a relation. Three things required, okay? Is a relation, has a relation and uses a relation. Three relations you should know about it, okay? Not only is and has a, you must know about uses a relation also. Because in interclass, that one only. Uses a only. Okay? So these are the three. But currently I'm talking about what has a relation. Class A has class B. Here the relation is, we are providing has a relation from class A to class B. Nothing but class A object has class B object. So we say that what? Class A has class B. If I want to say a relation like this now, class A object has many class B objects. Then how to provide the relation? How to provide that association has a relationship? Class A has a group of class B objects, many. If it is B, B1, B, B2, B, B3, how many? Do you know what's the difference between is and has a relations? Keep that in mind. In every interview, you'll get these questions mandatory. Generalization, specialization, is a relation, has a relation, uses a relation. Because every example, every real-time code uses relationships only. For example, if I'm creating like this now, then what I can say? Class A has how many objects of class B? 3 objects. 3 objects. Now we can say that what type of relation is there between class A to class B? One to many. If you look at the first one, then it is 1 to 1. It is 1 to 1. One object of class A has one object of class B. That is called 1 to 1. But here, one object of class A has multiple objects of class B. It is called what type of relation? 1 to many. 1 to many. Another way to define 1 to many. Class A has list of class B objects. What you understood with this now? This is also called as 1 to many. Means what? One object of class A has multiple objects of class B, a group of, a list of, or a set of. Otherwise, we can say simply collection of. Now we can say that what? No, this kind of relation is called 1 to many. 1 to many. So when you are in Hibernate, how to provide 1 to many relationship? You have to create a reference variable of type collection in a class. From where to where you want to provide 1 to many relation? Who is the source of the relationship? Category. One category is a source. Has group of products. Means how do you create the category class? In category class, I will create a list of product objects. That's a way of providing what kind of relation? 1 to many. Means what? I have a category class. Category class has a list of products. List of products. We can say that what now? One category has a group of products. This is the way of providing 1 to many relationship. Okay. Coming to many to one. Coming to what next? Many to one. How to provide many to one relationship now? Suppose I have a class product. I have a class called what? Product. In product class, I am creating a reference of category variable. Category, one reference variable I am creating. In a product class, I am creating category class reference variable. What I can say now? For example, I created product 1. So the product 1, I am setting category object. I have created second product object, product 2. For that also I am setting same category object. For product 3, I am also setting same category object. Nothing but what I have? Many products belongs to one category. There is a relationship called what again? Many to one here. How to provide many to one relationship? By creating reference variable of target class in a source class. Who is the source of operation here? Product. Who is the target of the operation? Category. Now we have to combine both of them. Earlier we discussed this example, but we discussed independently. But now we need to club them. If I club both these relationships, it is called bidirectional. So bidirectional is nothing but what? One to many plus many to one is commonly called as bidirectional. Let us write. Okay, let us write the entity classes now. Let us write the entity classes now. First of all, I would like to tell you the tables. This example already we have used as one to many example. Today we are discussing. Earlier we discussed as one to many unidirectional. Now today we are discussing one to many bidirectional. That's all. Let's see. I have the tables here. Okay, I have the tables now. Okay, you try to understand it. Because it is already discussed example, I'm just giving continuation. TBL underscore categories, right? It is a table. Suppose this table has two columns. Category ID and category name. Two columns are there with me. Category ID and category name. Category underscore ID. Category underscore name. What are these two? These are the two columns I have in the table called TBL underscore categories. Next one, TBL underscore products. My table name is TBL underscore products. Now this table has columns. Product ID, product name, and I don't want price and all. Just I want to simply write category underscore ID. This is called foreign key. This is called foreign key. These are tables I have with me now. Two tables are there. I want to provide bidirectional relationship now. I'll tell you how to provide the bidirectional relationship. Okay. Let me write now. As you know that this is primary key in this table. This is primary key here. And this is the foreign key there. This is foreign key. FK. This is foreign key. Now, coming to creating entity classes now. I want to create an entity class called first category entity table. Okay, table name is equal to what? TBL underscore categories is a table name. Table name. Public class category @ID. Okay. @column. Category underscore ID is the name of the column. Mapping with the column. Private, integer. Category ID. Don't take int, it is integer only. You know why we are taking like that. Next one. Next one. Column. Column name equal to what? Category underscore name. Private, string, category name. So this is general. You know already how to write mapping between the entity class and the table columns. I am mapping this category class with the categories table. Category ID with category underscore ID. Category name with category underscore name. What are the annotations I've used here? Entity, table, ID, column. These are very primary annotations to write entity class. This is a way how you can define the mappings between what and what? Entity class and the database table. These are the primary annotations required. Now we want to provide one-to-many relationship now from category to products. So what I create? I should create a list. Private, list of private, I'm writing private list of product. You create like this now, list of product. What I can write now? Products. Products are LST of products. Some reference variable name. Then you follow setters, getters. That's okay. Okay. Now this is my category class. Whenever you are creating category class, in category class you should create a list of products, means collection. Why? To define what kind of relationship? One to many. One to many. This field is called one to many field. It is a one to many field. What's annotation to declare that it's a one to many field? @ one to many. Cascade equal to cascade type dot all. Cascade type dot all. You know what is cascade, what is all, blah blah blah. Next, @ join column. Join column is to specify the foreign key. Who is a foreign key column name? Category underscore ID. Category underscore ID is a foreign key column. These are the annotations required to provide one to many. Next, one more entity class we will write now. Who is our next entity class? Next entity class name is product entity table. Table name is TBL underscore products. Okay. Who is our class now? Entity class name is product. ID column. Column name equal to product underscore ID. Private integer product ID. This is the mapping with the product ID to product ID. What's the next one? Column. Column annotation is to map the column name. Na? What is the next column name I have? Product underscore name. Private string product name. So what I'm doing here, I'm mapping now. But now, what are the columns here? Product ID, product name. What's the next one? Category ID is the foreign key. So for foreign key, we don't need to specify any property, because foreign key is configured using which annotation? Join column. Join column category ID means foreign key only. Join column is what column? Foreign key column, right? So now we want to define many to one. So what should I create now? Private. Create reference variable of target entity class. Who is the target entity? Category. Category. Done. Now question is, why I have created this category reference variable? Who is my, in one to many, who is the source entity class and who is the target entity class? One category has group of products. Category is a source entity, product is target. In many to one, many products have one category, nothing but what? Product is a source and the category is a target, opposite now. So this is called what field? Many to one field. This is called many to one field. So how can I declare it as a many to one field? We have annotation for that. We have annotation for that. I'll write that annotation. We have an annotation for that. Let us see what is that annotation. Let us see what is that annotation. What is the annotation I have to use? @ many to one. What is it? Many to one. Cascade equal to cascade type dot all. Cascade is equal to cascade type dot all. Okay, cascade type dot all. Understand it clearly. Now, we want to apply what type of relationship? One to many, bidirectional. Earlier two examples I told you. What are the two examples we discussed? One example is one to many. Other example is many to one. But now we want to club these two. Then we'll get what kind of relationship? Bidirectional. Bidirectional means what? One to many plus many to one, combinedly called one to many bidirectional. To declare that it is bidirectional, observe it clearly. To declare that it is bidirectional, in one to many annotation, we need to add one attribute. That attribute is called mapped by. I'll tell you what is the value for mapped by. What's the new element you are learning today? Mapped by element. Remaining cascade, you know, fetch, you know, what's the default fetch type? In one to many, the default fetch type is lazy. In many to one, default fetch type is eager. You know about eager loading and lazy loading of the entities, right? So obviously mapped by is equal to what I'm writing here. Mapped by is equal to many to one field. One to many mapped by many to one. That is called one to many bidirectional, right? So what is the value for mapped by attribute? The mapped by attribute value must be name of the many to one field. Who is a many to one field? Who is a many to one field here? Category. Category is a many to one field, na? So what can I write here? Mapped by is equal to category. That's all. And when you are applying one to many bidirectional relationship, join column must be specified. Join column must be specified with many to one association, not one to many. I'm cutting here. And I like to paste here. I like to paste here. I want to paste here. That's all. Now see the changes now. So I'm explaining about what kind of relationship we are discussing. Bidirectional. How to make it as bidirectional? First of all, mapped by. Mapped by represents it is a bidirectional. One to many. Mapped by many to one. Who is a many to one field? Category is a many to one field. By adding this mapped by, we are telling that it is what kind of relationship? Bidirectional one to many. It is called bidirectional one to many. When you are applying bidirectional one to many, relationship is bidirectional one to many. Join column must be specified with the many to one relation. Join column is nothing but foreign key column. From where this one to many will get the foreign key information? From the mapped by element. Who is a mapped by element here? Category. Tell me, this category has join column or not? Yes. What is the join column name? Category underscore ID. This is called what key? Foreign key. Foreign key. Means a foreign key or join column must be specified with many to one field. So one to many will get that information from many to one field. So how can I make it as bidirectional one to many? In one to many annotation, add this element. What is the element? Mapped by or attribute. You can use the word attribute also. One to many mapped by many to one. Who is a many to one field? Category. It is called one to many bidirectional. Why we are applying bidirectional relationship? See, earlier we know, we discussed already example. I'm just going forward. Earlier we know, we applied one to many. What's the one to many? One category has a group of products or a collection of products. This is called what kind of relation? One to many. One category has a group of products is one to many. If my application performs an operation category, means what? My application want to save the category or want to update the category or want to delete the category like that. But whenever my application is executing an operation category, my application also want to execute these operations on products. For example, I'm inserting a category. I want to insert what? Category with products. I want to delete a category, then I want to delete all the products of the category. If I want to perform operation on category, I want to apply on products. Then I have to apply what kind of relation? One to many. Who is the source object for operations here? Category. Who is the target object of operations? Products. If I insert a product, if I insert a category, I want to insert what? Products of the category. If I delete a category, delete the products of the category. If I update the category, update the products of the category. Means I want to perform an operation category, but I want to apply them on products. Then I have to apply one to many. One to many. When to apply many to one? What is a many to one? We applied already. Okay. We applied many to one also. In my example, I took loan and customer. For the example I took, I am mapping multiple loans to one customer. I am mapping multiple loans to one customer. That is called many to one. But now we will reverse it now. I have many products. Okay, we are mapping many products to one category. This is called what kind of association? Many to one. If I, for example, if I perform an operation product, the operation should be applied on category also, no? So in one to many, operations are cascaded from where to where? Who is the source? Category. Who is the target? Products. So from where to where operations are cascaded? Category to products. In many to one, products to category. If I make it as a bidirectional, then in my application can perform operation on either category or product. If operation is done on category, it is cascaded to products. If operation is done on product, then cascaded to category. Two side. One to many is one direction. Many to one is again one direction. But club them bidirection. So what's the advantage of bidirection then? My application can perform operation from either category side or product side. In one to many, my application should perform operation only on what? Category to what? Products. In many to one, my application can only perform operation on products, then it will apply it on category. But my requirement, sometimes my application want to perform operation on category, sometimes product. If done on category, should be applied on products. If done on product, should be applied on category. Now I want one side or both sides. Then we should declare it as what kind of relationship? So what and what combination is called bidirectional? One to many plus many to one is commonly called what? Earlier we discussed what? One to many separately. Many to one separately. Today, you have to club one to many plus many to one together. And when you are clubbing them, you are getting a new attribute. That's it. What's the new attribute you are getting? Mapped by. One to many mapped by many to one. Who is a many to one field? Category. And from where one to many will get the join column data? From many to one. One to many mapped by many to one means from where one to many will get the join column? Many to one. That's the reason why add this many to one, join column annotation at many to one, not at the one to many, because one to many will get the join column data from many to one. This is a new attribute. If you don't add this attribute, which attribute? Mapped by, then it is unidirectional. What directional? So which attribute tells that it is bidirectional? Mapped by. If you are finding mapped by is equal to, then definitely it is what direction? Bidirectional. One to many plus many to one equal to one to many bidirectional. Generally people are having confusion. One to many plus many to one is equal to many to many. Equations, we want to create our own equation sometimes. One to many plus many to one is equal to many to many is wrong. One to many plus many to one is not many to many. What is it? One to many plus many to one is equal to one to many Bidirectional. In Hibernate, it is one-to-many bidirectional. Okay, right? Bidirectional. How to declare that it is a bidirectional association? Mapped by. Mapped by is equal to what you should write? What is category that? Many to one field. Mapped by many to one field. What is the name of the many to one field? Category. Category. This is called the way how you can apply bidirectional one to many. You have already unidirectional one to many example. In that example only, do these changes and execute operations. Now you can execute operation only from category to products or even from product to category also. Your choice now. You can do it from category to products. Otherwise, you can do it from product to category. If you do operation category, will apply on products. If you do operation product, will apply on category. This is called what directional? Bidirectional. Okay, just to have these entity classes. Okay, note these entity classes manually now. I'll remove some of the statements which are not required. Remaining things, you make it fast. Make copy of this. These are all not required. So first, note like this. Note like this. This is called bidirectional. This is called bidirectional. One to many plus many to one is equal to one to many by. Okay. Okay, first note down this point. One to many bidirectional means one to many plus many to one is commonly called one to many plus many to one is commonly called one to many bidirectional. First note this point, everyone. After noting this point, now you can take the tables. Now you can take the tables. If you want to apply on category and loans, sorry, customer and loans also your choice now. One customer has multiple loans, one to many. Many loans belongs to one category, many to one. If you apply one to many plus many to one, it becomes bidirectional one to many. Bidirectional one to many means one to many plus many to one. Okay. Next, let's move on. Let's go ahead. Now take these two tables and write down these entity classes. You have already one to many example. You create your own example for many to one, one to many bidirectional. I have these tables now. This is one table, categories. This is another table, products. Requirement is I want to apply. I want to define or map one to many relationship. I want to map bidirectional one to many. One category has products, multiple products. Multiple products belongs to one category. That is called one to many bidirectional. Only entity classes, if you take, then you make it like an application. You have already example, do the changes required and execute it to check whether one to many bidirectional is working or not. Okay, note down these now. So these are all the annotations we use, and these are important one. You know what this mapped by represents? Mapped by represents, it is bidirectional one-to-many. Represents the relationship as bidirectional. Represents bidirectional. Okay, it represents bidirectional. That's what it is. That mapped by represents, it's bidirectional. Next. Okay. This is the continuation of previous two relationships. Okay. One to many, many to one. Today, actually, we would like to discuss many to many. We are going to look at about many to many. That is a new concept. This is continuation of the last concept. Let's go ahead. We'll move on. Mapped by is equal to category. What is category? Many to one field. Many to one field is category. So one to many mapped by many to one. That is called bidirectional. That is what the way how you represent it as what? Bidirectional. Mapped by is equal to category. Next. Done. Okay. Next, you can take this product class now. Next, take this one. Now with this, you got an idea of how we can define bidirectional one to many. Next. Okay. Let's go ahead. Now, this is a almost last 4 or 5 sessions continuation. Now let us start with the new session. Because one to many we discuss, many to one we discuss almost last 4 or 5 sessions. Is our discussion on this one to many to one, and today its continuation is one to many bidirectional. Now, let's start with a new relation that is called many to many. And from here we can understand. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, let's go ahead now. I'm deleting this. This is okay. Let's move on. Now, do remember these 2 points. Okay. To represent it as bidirectional, what is the attribute that will play an important role? Mapped by, simply. Where should I add mapped by? Mapped by is an element of which annotation? One-to-many annotation, not many-to-one. Can I add many-to-one with mapped by element? No, you'll get a compile time error. Why? Because many-to-one annotation does not contain that attribute. Which attribute? Mapped by. Mapped by attribute exists with in one-to-many annotation, not in many. We call the relationship as what? We call the relationship as what? One-to-many bidirectional. We don't call it as. It is not called many-to-one bidirectional. It is only one-to-many bidirectional. It is a combination of one-to-many and many-to-one together. Right. Understand how to provide many-to-many. There are 4 types of relationships. What are the 4 types? One-to-many, many-to-one. Now we are in many-to-many. Next one is in one-to-one. We are understanding about what kind of relationship now? Many-to-many. Let's see how to apply many-to-many. Okay. See, let's see the example of how to. I want to map. I would like to map what kind of relationship between entities? Many-to-many. Many-to-many relation I want to map. Okay. Observe here. Okay. Let's take simple example. Okay. One book has multiple authors. One book has multiple authors. One-to-many. It is a one-to-many association, right? It is a relationship. What kind of relationship is there between the book and authors? One book has multiple authors. One-to-many. Between book and authors. One author has written many books. One author has written many books. Again, one-to-many. One author has written many books. One book has many authors. One book has many authors means what? One-to-many. One author has written many books means what? Again one-to-many. Club these two. What and what you club? One-to-many plus inverse one-to-many. One-to-many with inverse one-to-many is combinedly called what? Many-to-many. So what is many-to-many? Many-to-many equals to one-to-many plus not many-to-one. One-to-many plus again inverse one-to-many. One-to-many plus inverse one-to-many is equal to many-to-many. That is a way of applying many-to-many. That is called many-to-many relationship. One student has joined in many courses. What kind of relationship? One-to-many. One-to-many. One student has joined in many courses. Nothing but one-to-many. From student to courses. One-to-many. One course has many students. What type of relation? One-to-many. One course has many students. Na? One-to-many. It is one-to-many with inverse one-to-many again. One-to-many with inverse one-to-many is club. You can club them. Combinedly called many-to-many. So what is many-to-many? Many-to-many is nothing but many-to-many relationship is nothing but many-to-many relationship is nothing but what? One-to-many plus inverse one-to-many plus inverse one-to-many is called what? Many-to-many. Many-to-many. What is the example here? One book has many authors. One book has many authors. Tell me, it is what kind of relationship? One to many. Next, one author has written many books. Come on, tell me now, it's what kind of relationship? It is also one to many. It is called inverse one to many, right? Inverse one to many. One to many plus inverse one to many is commonly called as what? Many to many. Now we can call it as many to many. Right? It is many to many. So what is the relationship between book and author now? Okay, now the relationship is many to many. Many to many. Let's see how to provide many to many relationship. Okay. Right? Nice, good. Let's move on. What is that? One book has many authors, one to many. One author has written many books. Again, it is one to many inverse. It is club. If you club them, it is called what kind of a relation? Many to many. Okay. I'll tell you next. Let us understand the tables now. See. Suppose this is TBL underscore books is a table. Table name is TBL underscore books. It's a table. Now let us see the columns of the table. I have the columns here. So what are the columns I have here? Book ID. Book name. These are the columns I have with me. Just only 2 columns are enough for me. Next, I have one more table here. TBL underscore authors. What's the table name? TBL underscore authors. What is this one? It is another table. TBL underscore authors. Columns. Author ID and author name. Enough. First, let us see. These are the tables I have. The table structures first you need to understand. Okay. Author ID and author name. Okay. Now let us find out the many to many. First of all, tell me, one book has many authors now? If I want to apply one to many, like one book has many authors. My question to you, who is a parent table and who is going to be the child table? One book has many authors means who is a parent? Book is a parent, right? And which table is child table? Authors. Obviously, authors. You are getting my point? Once again, understand here. One author has written many books means who is going to be the parent table? If I want to provide relationship one book to many authors means what? This book ID I should attach for every author. Am I right or not? For example, one book has 3 authors. What should I do? This book ID attached to author 1, author 2, author 3. One book has many authors. Next question. One author has written many books means what? Attach the author ID with every book. Correct? Attach that author ID to every book. Then tell me, if I take the first statement, what is my first statement? One book has many authors. Tell me what to do. Add book ID with every author of the book. Am I right or not? Then tell me, which table is parent table and which table will be the child table? Book is a parent table. Author is the child table. Okay, let me create one column here. This is a child table now. In child table, we need a foreign key column, right? What's the foreign key? Book ID. It's a foreign key, right? Book ID. Next statement. Tell me, if I create a foreign key column here, who is a parent table and who is a child table? Book is the parent table. Next, author is the child table. Book is a parent table, author is a child table, because we know that foreign key column exists in child table only, na? Right. Tell me what's the next statement. One author has written many books. Tell me, who is a parent table and who is a child table? Books. Tell me now, in child table, what column is required? Foreign key is required. So tell me what's the foreign key I have to create here? Author ID. Author ID. Okay, listen here. Foreign key. Tell me first of all, who is the primary key of the books table? Book ID is primary key because book IDs are unique. Who is the primary key in author's table? Author ID. No two authors contain the same ID. Primary key. Understand clearly? Tell me, if I take book ID as a foreign key in this author's table, then tell me who is the parent table and who is the child table? Books is the parent table. Authors is the clear na? Okay, it is clear. But next again you have to understand. Next point is, if I am creating author ID as a foreign key, if I am creating author ID as a foreign key, you are getting my point? Author ID as a foreign key, then okay, tell me, my question to all of you, if I am taking author ID as a foreign key, then tell me who is a parent table? Author's parent table. Who is a child table of it? Books. Basically, this type of tables we cannot create in databases. It is not possible. Why? If you look at books table is acting like a parent table. For whom? Authors. If books table is acting as a parent table for authors, then I cannot make authors table as a parent table for books. I cannot make like that. See, book table is acting like parent table for whom? Author. Then I cannot make the book table as a child table for author, right? Are you getting my point or not? If table 1 is acting like a parent table for table 2, I cannot make again table 1 as a child table for table 2. Okay, activate your brain and try to understand me. Are you getting my point? What I'm saying here, two tables are there, T1 and T2. T1 is a parent table for T2. I cannot make T1 as a child table for T2 again. Means what? I cannot make the same table as a parent table and child table. So finally, what you understood now? We cannot create a single table as a parent table and also child table. See, I can make like this now. Table 1, I can make it as a parent table for table 2, and also I can make it as a parent table for table 3. T1 to T2, T3. That's okay. But I cannot make what? Same table as a parent table for T2 and also child table for T2. I cannot make both. That's the reason why we cannot create the foreign keys like this. Are you getting my point? Okay. We cannot make any tables like this. Delete. Delete. See, why I'm deleting? It's not possible. Why it is not possible? Because we cannot make same table as a parent table and child table. We cannot make like that, no? Right? I cannot make the same table as a parent table and also child table. It is not possible. If a book table is a parent table for author, I cannot make the book table as a child table for author. I cannot make it, no? You got the point, right? That's the reason why whenever we are applying many-to-many relationship, we need 3 tables. So for many-to-many relationship, minimum how many tables are required? 3 tables are required. Minimum 3 tables required. Third table is only for storing the foreign keys. Third table is only for storing the foreign keys of 2 tables. Tell me, what are the foreign keys of 2 tables? Book ID, author ID. So 2 foreign keys, na? To store these foreign keys only, we need one more table. That table is called join table. What table? Join table. Join table we call it as, or junction table, we can use any word. So for many-to-many relationship, minimum how many tables are required? 3 tables are required minimum by default. You cannot make many-to-many relationship with only 2 tables. With only 2 tables, we cannot apply many-to-many. Minimum how many tables required? 3 tables required. Third table is called what table? Join table, otherwise junction table or cross table. We use any word. Okay, in JPA Hibernate, we call it a join table. So third table I am creating. This is third table. I call the third table TBL underscore books underscore authors. Okay. We are creating a third table. Third table is called what table? Junction table or join table. What's the purpose of the join table? Only to store the foreign keys. Only to store the foreign keys. Tell me, what are the foreign keys of the 2 tables? Book ID, author ID. Book ID and author ID. Book ID and author ID. What is this book ID? Foreign key. What is author ID? Foreign key. This is a foreign key and this is a foreign key. Both are foreign keys only. Now to store the foreign keys only, we need one more table. Now this table we are calling as what table? Join table. Join table. We call it as a join table. It is a join table. So tell me, in many-to-many relationship, minimum how many tables are required in the database now? 3 tables are required. Third table is called what table? Join table, also called as junction table. For what purpose we need it? To store the foreign keys. I have a question to you. Tell me, book ID is a foreign key, right? Tell me, this book ID is a foreign key. It refers what? It always, foreign key refers primary key, na? Foreign key constant, in Oracle class, I told you, right? Database constants, what constants, unique, not null, check, default, primary key, foreign key. These are the 6 constraints, database constraints, right? Tell me, foreign key always refers what? Foreign key in child table refers primary key of the parent table, na? Got it right? My question to you. Book underscore ID is a foreign key here. It refers what? Primary key. My question, which primary key? It refers the primary key of the books table or primary key of the authors table? Okay, slowly think and tell me, no problem. I'm asking a question. My question is, you got my question? My question is, this book underscore ID is a foreign key. It refers what? Primary key. Primary key of what table? Parent table. Tell me now, this foreign key refers primary key of books table or primary key of authors table? Which table? Books table only. How it is authors? Right. I'll tell you now. I want to cut this. I want to cut this now. Observe. I want to cut this now. For example, I want to cut this. Let us assume that I don't have this. Assume that I don't have this table. I don't have this table. Assume that. I don't have this table called join table. Tell me, where do you create the book ID column? Foreign key column. Where do you create that book ID foreign key? In authors table only, na? Means what you are going to create here? You are going to create here, right? What's the column you will create here? Book underscore ID. And you are calling this key as what key? Foreign key. Tell me, this foreign key refers. This foreign key refers what? Primary key, na? Primary key of same table or parent table? Who is a parent table then? Books. Now you tell me, this foreign key refers book ID of the parent table, na? Yes. Earlier, I have explained like this. I'll give the diagram now. Tell me, in this table, which column I need to create? Author ID. This is what key? Foreign key. This is a foreign key. But I told you, can we create tables like this? No. So why we are creating third table? To shift these foreign keys to the other table. What and what foreign keys I want to shift now? Book ID and otherwise author ID and book ID. But finally, these two columns. Now I want to cut this. Shift to this one. Right? Now I want to cut this. Shift to here. Now, do you know why we are creating this join table? For what purpose we are creating join table? To store the foreign keys of the two tables. We need third table. The third table is called join table. Now tell me, author ID is a foreign key, na? Tell me, this author ID column, which is a foreign key column in the join table, refers primary key of books table or authors table? Authors table. Book ID is a foreign key, right? It refers what? Book ID in books table. In books table. So this is a foreign key. This foreign key refers this primary key. And this foreign key refers this primary key. Are you getting my point? Right. Now tell me, where are the foreign keys now? Foreign keys are in the original tables or in a third table? Third table. The third table is called what? Join table. So tell me, minimum how many tables are required for many to many? 3 tables are required. What is the purpose of third table? To store the foreign keys of the two tables. Right. Let's go ahead. One more point again. In many to many, again you can apply it as unidirectional many to many or bidirectional many to many. What is unidirectional? For example, in my application, always when I do operation on books, it should be propagated onto authors. See, my application executes operation on book, but this operation is executed or propagated on authors of the book. Right. In my application, whenever I do an operation on book, the same operation should be applied on authors. Right? It is unidirectional. In my application, if an operation is done on book, it should be applied on authors. If I do an operation on author, operation means what operation? Insert, update, delete, select, like this, CRUD operations. If I do a CRUD operation on book, I would like to propagate it on authors. If I do operation on author, I would like to propagate it on books. Both sides, na? Then it is bidirectional. I want only like this now. Whenever I do an operation on book, a CRUD operation on book, I want to apply the same operation on authors. But whenever I do operation on author, I don't want to apply it on books. Then tell me what kind of relationship I need to provide? Unidirectional. Unidirectional means what? Operations are propagated, cascaded only in one direction. From where to where? Book to authors. Otherwise, author to books, but not from both sides. Bidirectional means what? Both sides. Books to authors, authors to books. It is called bidirectional. That's a difference between what and what? Unidirectional and bidirectional. Bidirectional. You are getting my point? Right. So straight away, we'll discuss many-to-many as bidirectional in our example directly. I'm not explaining unidirectional, directly we'll discuss bidirectional. Bidirectional means what? If my application performs a CRUD operation on book, then it is propagated to authors. Or if my application performs an operation author, it will be propagated to books of the author. Are you getting my point? It is called what directional? Bidirectional. So we are discussing our example as many-to-many bidirectional, not many-to-many unidirectional. We are discussing many-to-many bidirectional. Okay. So see. First of all, my question, many-to-many is a combination of one-to-many plus inverse one-to-many, na? Yes. Tell me. First observe one-to-many. One book has many authors. Tell me how to provide. Has a relation between one book and many authors. You know already earlier, one category has many products. Now what I'm telling you, one book has many authors. Then tell me how do you provide? Has a relation between one book and many authors. Suppose this is my book class book. Tell me. Inside this what to write? List of author, LST of authors or LST, reference variable name, your choice. Tell me by creating a collection variable, you can apply what kind of relation? One-to-many. One book has many authors. Many means take a collection. You can take list or set or map, anyone. I'm using list. My next question. One author has written many books, na? Then tell me, how do you provide? Again, one-to-many, inverse one-to-many relationship from author to books. Class author, list of book, LST of books. Got it, huh? Now tell me, if you want to apply many-to-many bidirectional relationship, you need what? a reference variable of collection in both the classes. What are the two classes? Book and author. In book, we need a collection reference variable to provide one-to-many relationship. In author, again, we need a collection to provide inverse one-to-many. One-to-many and inverse one-to-many is combinedly called as many-to-many. Finally, to provide many-to-many relationship, what is required in both the classes? Reference variable required. What type of reference variable? Collection variable required. So if I take collection variable in book class, what is the relation? One book has many authors. In author, if I take collection variable, one author has written many books. So to provide many-to-many relationship, we need what? Collection variable. Where? In both the classes. In both the classes. Not one class. In both the classes. You are getting my point? Right. So we are stopping here. We'll continue on tomorrow with example. Annotations and all discuss tomorrow. Okay? Thank you. Yeah, guys. That's for today. We'll continue on tomorrow. We'll continue with example on tomorrow. Okay? Thank you.